Riders, you asked for it, and here it is, our road test of the Alpinestars Supertech R10. This is Alpinestars' very first race helmet, which has been making waves for a little while now, and it's time to put the hype to the test and see what the Supertech R10 is capable of in the brutally honest tests that are about to follow. Before we start, here are the R10's statistics. This helmet is positioned as a pure racing helmet. It has a recommended retail price of €1,000, has a double D-ring closure, carries a 2206 and an FIM certification, and it's best suited for an intermediate oval head shape, but the padding does have some adjustability features to help out if you're not exactly in that category. It's available in sizes XS to XSL, and what size would you need? Well, grab a tape cloth and measure the circumference of your head starting at about an inch above your eyebrows. Then take a look at the specific sizing instructions for this helmet to see what size fits you best. There's much more to test on this helmet, so let's get into it. First up, the material segment, and here we look at two things. First, the material of the outer shell, and then we look for the amount of outer shell sizes the R10 is available in. More shell sizes means a more compact fit across all the available sizes, so the more the better, and stars are earned through our material matrix. The Supertech R10 is classified as a carbon fiber helmet using a 3K high density carbon fiber outer layer combined with a unidirectional carbon composite layer, an aramid layer, and finally a fiberglass one. Very technical talk, but with this shell the R10 passed both the 2206 and the FIM safety standards. It's also available in 4 different outer shell sizes, and with this the R10 earns an impressive 4.5 stars. Now let's continue to weight. Alright, we use a scale that is accurate to the gram and weigh all of our helmets in the size M without any additional features installed. We've set up a weight matrix for full face helmets to determine star scores. So let's see how the R10 performed on the scale. Our scale indicated a weight of exactly 1560 grams, and this result makes the R10 one of the heavier racing helmets out there, something to keep in mind if you really value a lightweight in your helmet. We've arrived at the Visor segment. Here, helmets earn stars according to our Visor matrix, which includes a wide range of Visor features and characteristics. Let's see the results. The R10 is equipped with preparations for a pair of lenses and a 120 Max Vision Exalty pinlock lens, both of which are included in the box. It also comes with an additional dark smoke visor that is also pinlock and tear-off ready. It's also got a wide field of vision. Lateral is measured to be around 220 degrees and vertical is around 57 degrees of visibility, which is definitely a bit more than the average helmet. The visor closure is in the middle and is fitted with a locking system to prevent it from coming off in an accident. We also tested the sturdiness of the visor mechanism at highway speeds, and here it was able to stay in a half open position up until we hit the highway speed limit of around 130 kilometers. All in all, the R10 earns the ultimate 5 stars on this segment. Alright, time to take this helmet out on the road and see how it performs, starting with noise isolation. We measure noise isolation by placing a decibel meter inside the helmet close to our test rider's ear, and this records the sound the same way as he hears it, and we take our measurements from long stretches of open highway riding an average of 130 kilometers per hour. Finally, star scores are determined through our noise isolation matrix. During our testing, the R10 managed an average of around 103 decibels, a decent result, but it does make the R10 one of the louder race helmets, and it ends up scoring 3 stars. Now let's find out to what extent the R10 is able to keep your head cool out on the road or on the racetrack. Our testing method is as follows. We've placed a thermometer inside the helmet, keeping track of the inside temperature at all times. At the same time, we keep track of the outside temperature and compare the two. Finally, we run the difference between the inside and outside temperature through our ventilation matrix to determine star scores. But first, let's look at the ventilation layout of the R10. In total, it has 11 ventilation channels, so let's start at the top. Here is an adjustable air intake that controls 4 smaller vents. Closing it also covers the tiny perforations underneath the button. Around the chin, there are 2 more adjustable air intakes that open and close with a very sporty looking winglet. Finally, the visor button itself also functions as an additional air intake. And now let's have a look at the exhaust, which the R10 also has plenty of. It has 2 exhausts at the front right underneath the air intakes, and these are not adjustable and will constantly funnel warm air out of the front of the helmet. Then at the back, there are 3 exhausts integrated into the spoiler. Finally, it's worth noting that the R10 features winglets on the side of the shell meant to add to the aerodynamic layout. Now during our testing, the R10 managed a temperature difference of plus 0.5 degrees Celsius, which is a good result, for which it earns 4 stars and shows that the R10 is perfectly capable of keeping your head cool out on the road. So far, we've ran numerous performance-related tests. Now it's time to discuss the comfort of the R10, but this segment can present a challenge for us as it's hard to translate the comfort of a helmet into concrete numbers. That's why, for this segment only, we'll be partially relying on our test rider, and he has also tested the other helmets on our channel and can therefore make a comparison like no other. Of course, we take every feature designed to improve the comfort of this helmet into account as well, so here are the results. First off, as a reminder, this helmet has an intermediate oval fit, and the padding is removable, washable and antibacterial. The R10 also features built-in adjustability features for the crown padding, which can be put into one of these 3 slots on the side. The padding itself has a soft, luxurious feel to it, as you'd expect from a €1,000 helmet. Finally, the R10 comes alongside a chin curtain in the box that you have to install yourself. Our test rider was positive, but also a bit reserved about the comfort of the R10. It does feel similar to other high-end racing helmets, but its aerodynamic features didn't quite compensate for its weight, ultimately earning 3 stars. Time for the final segment, features. This is usually not a strong suit of racing helmets, but let's see how the R10 performs. And to determine star scores, we've set up a features matrix. Naturally, not every feature is equally as impactful on your riding experience, which is why we've weighted them based on what riders ask us about the most. First off, the R10 is fitted with speaker pockets for communication system, which is a surprise considering the fact that a lot of racing helmets actually don't have this. It's also glasses friendly and the overall finish of the helmet is great. And like we mentioned in the comfort segment, the inner liner of the R10 has built-in adjustability features for the crown padding. Additionally, the inner liner also allows you to install a hydration hose to stay hydrated out on the track. Finally, the R10's aerodynamic profile is based off a lot of wind tunnel testing, which you'll notice out on the road and on track. And it carries a FIM certification, which means it meets the strictest helmet safety standards and is legal to use in the world's very best racing competitions. All in all, it earns a very impressive 4 stars on feature, and now that we've gone through all of the tests, let's go to a final verdict. Let's start by putting the R10's performances side by side, and it started off very strong on material, earning 4.5 stars for its carbon shell and 4 shell sizes. Then it struggled a bit on weight, where our scale indicated a weight of 1560 grams. After weight came the visor segment, where the R10 earned a full 5 stars, having every feature you'd want in a race helmet. In our road test segments, the R10 earned 3 stars for managing a 103 decibel average in our noise isolation tests, and then it earned 4 stars on ventilation, where its 11 total vents managed a temperature difference of plus 0.5 degrees Celsius. In the final 2 segments, the R10 earned a decent 3 stars on comfort, and finally on features, it earned a very surprising 4 stars, mainly due to the fact that it has speaker pockets, a quick release, is wind tunnel tested and carries an FIM certification. All in all, the R10 earned an average of around 3.7 stars, for which you pay €38 per star. In short, Alpinestars made a real effort to give you value for that hefty €1,000 price tag. It has plenty of nice extras in the box, and the helmet itself is simply a very good race helmet. However, it doesn't blow the competition out of the water like some of the hype around this helmet would have you believe. That covers it for our review of the Alpinestars Supertech R10, and what do you think of this helmet? Have you worn it? Did you love it or hate it? Let us know in the comments down below. Also be sure to check out championhelmets.com, where we have the lowest price guarantee and very sharp discount bundles. Leave a like on the video and subscribe to the channel for more videos like this in your feed. Guys, buy smart and ride safe. Until next time.